fly. I never said I was an angel. Welcome back, world. This is another episode of The Guide to Grade A Living. Number, was it 17 now, I think? 17?
0.5.
0.5?
Yeah. The episode you and Rob did. The secret episode.
Oh no, that's out there. It's secret, but like the number, I think. I think the number is like 17 now. 16 to 17, nonetheless. I think it is 17. Nonetheless, welcome back, world. We back at it again. I am one of your hosts, one of the co-hosts. My name is Mars, aka Steve Gnarly. Who do we have on my right side?
We got Kingsley, aka Martin Luther King had a dream. And that was that dream to change the culture, man. Let's do it the right way.
And Rob is here, a.k.a. Bobby.
Boy, you'll never change your nickname.
Nah.
I'm cool with that, man. Stick to your brand, bro. Stick to your brand.
Bobby Digital, huh?
Yep.
I guess quick shout out to all of our previous guests. We've had a nice run of guests for the last couple of weeks.
Can you remember some of them?
Yeah, I mean, Dez from Fat Tiger, Evan Brown, a.k.a. Actually on Dirt. We got Slay and Jackie from the Coochie Conference. We've had quite a few people in the last,
Louise, Jasmine.
Oh, them shits was too old to go. I'm talking about the last 2 months.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But shout out for y'all who came out, for sure.
Thank you for everybody, all the love and support, all the listens and plays. But it's a Three Musketeers version of the episode today. No interviews, just talking and shooting the shit.
Shooting the shit, man. How was your DJing shit yesterday? Your DJ show at the Delta?
Oh, it was love. It feels good to actually see a real following starting to grow, a good, consistent amount of people that come out, show love and support, and the fact that even when I don't think that, like, I'm killing it, people still come over and like, yo, you did your thing today. We love what you do. I'm definitely carving a lane for myself, and I got my own style, and I'm very happy for and proud of that.
And that was like the recurring theme last night when people were like, the people I was talking to, is that, Mars has that has
eclectic style. I think a lot of people were saying.
But at the same time too, it fits you as an individual.
Is that the first time you seen him DJ out in a while?
We've been missing each other.
It could.
When the last time you seen him DJ out in public?
Damn, it's during the summertime last summer.
I was about to say, it's been
been a minute.
Public. I don't even be DJing.
Oh no. When you had your first at Pilsen.
Pilsen?
Yeah.
At my residency?
Yeah.
You did come out. Damn. Which one? That was the October joint, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that shit was busting. That was very smacking.
The next one's coming up soon, isn't it?
It will be.
At Emporium. Same day as me when I DJ.
No, that's something else he's doing.
Yeah, the Emporium's a different thing.
Oh, okay.
My date for February, I believe, is February 20th or 22nd.
Wait, so y'all got a lot coming up in the next couple of weeks, in the next month and a half, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you DJing next week?
It'll be a blind barber, and I'm still pending with the Whistler, so that's coming up.
What about you, Mars?
I do the Logan Square Emporium. That'll be the same night Rob is doing Blind Barber. My set should end before he starts, so I should be able to make his set. Yeah. Then February 7th and 9th, got a private dinner party gig.
7th and 9th?
Yeah. And then I got an event on Saturday night. Then I got my residency later on that month in February, and I think it's one other thing, but I can't recall it right now. But
sound like you doing like Virgil Abloh right now. You staying busy.
Do my best. Virgil got way more money than me though, so I'm just doing what I can to pay my bills right now, man.
That's real.
Yeah.
I'm still on a ramen noodle and McDonald's diet with this shit, but growth is there.
I haven't had McDonald's in a long time.
I just had it maybe last week. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro.
How was it?
I mean, shit, it's an American classic,
They're not like
I don't think that it's worthy of, winning the championship and getting fed that by the president, but, it gets the job done whenever
you're going to go.
Speaking of presidents and running for president, I see a couple Democrats already threw their hat in the running already.
Oh yeah.
We got the old lady, the old white lady.
What's her face?
You talking
The
about
girl,
Elizabeth
bro.
Warren?
Yeah, that's the one who said she was Native
yeah.
American, right?
Yeah. She hit.
Yeah. Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren.
Bernie Sanders is obviously already up there. Motherfuckers talk about Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, as far as I'm concerned.
Who, the black lady?
Yeah, I mean,
You call her Scamala?
yeah, I mean,
Scammer.
I don't really believe in any of them, to be honest with you. It's very unfortunate that this is we live in a two-party system where you can get away with being a scumbag.
You
and
think
doing,
all
like, fuck shit.
those individual have the firepower to like dethrone the head honcho?
What about
Talking
Big
about
Beto?
Trump, I don't think Trump will get reelected anyway. At this point, his own constituency is kind of like disappointed in him. I mean, he shut down the government. It's a lot of people in Kentucky and West Virginia that voted for Trump that also work for the government that can't do shit right
I
now.
think once they
And
get them
two
back
paychecks.
paychecks, they'll be good.
Bro, like I was
Not if
listening.
you lose your house or get evicted. This shit, it right now is still no end in sight.
Shout out to Colorado. They're giving out free weed to government workers.
Yes.
They don't pay your bills. They just help you stop remembering that shit.
Really?
You are giving out free
You-
beers to government workers?
What? That's what's
Shout out to the government workers, my niggas in the feds. In the feds, not working for the feds, you rats.
Hey man, they need to start paying these federal employees until next thing you know, the cartel started handing out
The
checks.
TSA probably already handing out money to the cartel and shit, man. You already know how that shit
I'm
go.
sure some people. I mean, I think the TSA was probably getting paid off long before the government shutdown happened. You need to fly some drugs in and you can afford to do it. I'm sure you pay
Here's
that
the-
price.
That's true.
That's easy. That's easy. But I mean, I'm not really excited for the upcoming presidential election. Will I be active? Yes, because that's just my duty as a citizen. But I mean, it's not like the next president is really gonna change shit. At least from the pickings that are out here. Just like Chicago in the upcoming mayoral elections and alderman elections, it's not too much that's really gonna change. Like politics is.
What do you
usual.
want to change, like on a local level and on a government level? You would say.
I mean, for me, I'm a Libra. I'm big on equality, income equality, social equality, all that type of shit. Education equality. Like the digital divide is real. People just don't have access to goods. It shouldn't be no reason that there's a food desert in such a beautiful and prosperous land like America, but they exist. Like some people got to walk 2 or 3 miles in this own city for food, and that shit's unfortunate. But I don't know where it's gonna come from. Like, jobs just don't exist like that. There's no factory jobs that's gonna feed Inglewood coming anytime soon. You could try to build the Obama Museum and give some construction jobs, but
After that's done, that would
the
be.
game's changed. It's just different. Like shit is bleak for real. if we
They
wanna be
said
honest
like
about it.
according to like the bureau, the U.S. Bureau of like jobs, they were saying like some of the upcoming jobs looking at is like home medical health, construction jobs,
And that's
mathematics.
and that's going pretty low as far as like those jobs being filled, especially labor force. Like
I mean, it was
construction.
2016 to 2026 was the projected outcome for them jobs. So, I mean, it's some jobs out here. I think everybody's looking in the wrong direction sometimes,
I mean, society just changes, Like when we were in high school, they told us to be an engineer, but by the time that most of us were in school, engineer jobs are already getting filled up. We got like the last leg of them, and like maybe kids 2 or 3 years younger than us. It's just, I mean, you can only provide so many jobs. No, engineers exist, but it's not that many open jobs for engineers anymore. I mean, obviously there still are people that are hiring engineers. That's always going to be a thing.
True, it's a lot of different kind of
But the
engineers.
abundance of engineer jobs that there were 15 years ago when we were just getting into high school.
Depends what kind of
They were
engineer, though.
telling us to focus on certain things. Wap the bam. I'm talking more.
Astro engineer?
Yeah, I'm talking more in the
Civil
in
engineer,
the
too?
physical world. Yeah, civil engineers, shit like
Like
that.
construction
Mechanical
thing, yeah.
engineers,
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
that deals with that. Like construction jobs exist, but like you got what? I'm not an expert, so this is just like a shot in the dark with it. But 50 construction jobs for one engineer job. Like the engineer just comes through to make sure shit is done the right way
Yeah.
and shit works and is engineered properly. The construction worker builds it. You don't need like 50 engineers out there to tell people how to build a bridge. You just need a handful. Everybody else does the leg
What
work.
about cultural engineers?
That's not a real job.
It is.
I
I mean, Virgil's a good cultural engineer.
No, he's not. Neither is my. I wish. You
And
could,
Fry Fest is a good cultural thing.
I-
He
I-
had his friend almost suck dick for the festival.
That's
a
not-
grown man.
That's no engineer.
Do you see how old he was? He was like 45 plus.
He was just a gay dude that was down for the cause, man. That's not what a cultural engineer does not do that. A cultural engineer.
Cultural engineer doesn't do that.
So it shapes and
that's-
tailored the whole idea and all that.
No, I mean, well, there's a position at my old job. I wish we could beep it out because then I could like say it and then you could hit that like post effect.
Coming
But,
soon. Coming soon.
It's cool. I don't even really care. I just won't say the name of the company, but like that job exists, but like it's hypothetical. Like that's just another person that just oversees programming and shit like that. But to actual like if you actually take those words literally, it's nobody that's engineering culture like that. Like Virgil, I guess maybe like with a shoulder shrug, but Virgil a hack himself, man. Like it's cool. He's big enough.
Why do you
that-
consider him a hack?
He got called out for a bunch of shit, and it's not the first time. It's been several times. I mean, I love him for his work with Pyrex when he did like the whole rugby.
Mars.
flips
So
and
the
all that
Diet
shit.
Prada is what you calling that example?
I mean, it's not just well. That segues into something a little too early, but like the Diet Prada page did post about how Virgil stole some ideas from a kid, but this has been an ongoing thing for several years now, like a couple seasons in for Off-White, Louis Vuitton, even just like before he got, I guess, better as a DJ. I think he's more hyped up, but he does practice a lot. He works a lot in front of a live audience, which I personally believe is the best way to become a better DJ is spinning for people versus like in your room. But like, I mean, he's somewhat of that. I guess he's the best of all the most notable people out there that we could like name drop and say is a cultural engineer. But Virgil he's a product of the internet. He just lurks on the internet and finds what's cool, at least from what the looks of it is. That's not to take away from his actual taste and talent.
So you're saying
I think
he
he's
stole the
capable.
idea, or you think his design team stole the idea?
That was going to be my thing. I know there was a lot of controversy around it, but he works with like Virgil Abloh literally sometimes will be in 3 cities in 3 different time zones in the same 24-hour day period. So like I know it's not just him designing everything for Louis, everything for Off-White, working on his MCA project, working with IKEA, dropping mixes and working with Apple, still doing other shit and collabing with his friends. Like that doesn't exist. He has a team of other fucking like other people as well. And I don't know who to point the blame to because I don't really know who came up with that specific design. But the pictures show that Virgil at least met that kid, so that kid was on his radar.
So do you think
for a
ASAP
while.
Nas really does control the Diet Prada?
I think it was a good troll. I don't believe it. I don't knowing how Nas posts and knowing that Nas comes from Harlem and like the way that Diet Prada posts shit, unless he got the white kid doing it and Nas is just the one sending him like info and then the white kid writes the captions and put the actual content together. I don't believe that Nas is actually Diet Prada. I think that was just a really good troll. And I saw certain people that still fuck with Virgil that were liking it and commenting and shit. I think it's just a nice it's a good flip. It's a good way to save face. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, hacks get called out, bro. Like we called out Kanye all the goddamn time for people who wrote for him and produced for him and all this other shit.
So Kanye's a hack? Is that what you're saying?
He can be under the circumstances. He can be under the
So
circumstances.
Virgil's a hack under the circumstances to you.
Yep, and if I'm gonna use that, then Kanye is right now as well.
Because he got the last say so.
So
I'm-
Soulja Boy a hack.
I don't know who Soulja Boy stole from. Soulja Boy points out people that stole from him all the time. I don't know who
Did he
Soulja
steal from
Boy does.
Nintendo?
No, he didn't.
With the
that
Soulja
man,
console?
that man licensed his
What about
name.
stealing flows?
What about the Ariana Grande Princess Nokia?
Soulja Boy does take a couple flows.
He steals flows though. Soulja Boy does steal flows.
Soulja Boy.
He
does
is-
take
he
a
is
flow.
Shang Tsung when it comes to stealing
If he
flows.
like featured on a certain song with an artist or like whatever, it's like no, we
no.
ain't saying that you arguing that, but like no, it like
If
the
you
hot-
hang out with Soulja Boy for longer than 24 hours,
yeah, like
your flow
Soulja
is
Boy.
his.
Soulja Boy, like, he had that hood rich Pablo Juan flow for a minute. I'm like just kind of
Yeah.
just like stumbling, but like still making it all like flow in together or whatever. But like Soulja Boy didn't have that flow. He definitely like is somebody that listens to a lot of music and clearly is influenced by what he hears. But I mean, I think Soulja Boy is like a master appropriator.
Ooh.
Did you see how many people came out after Ariana Grande put that song out? It was literally like 2 Chainz, Princess Nokia.
Yeah, it was a bunch of
Like
people.
12 people said that they stole it.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that.
Her new song.
Yeah.
The
So, like,
video,
she had pieced
what
out
is it,
flows from
7
other
rings
people?
or some shit like that.
Lit.
12, you
She
said
them
12.
7 different artists.
At least.
Huh.
At least.
That's crazy.
No, but-
Good writing team.
So I guess my whole spiel on that is, though, at the end of the day, no matter what I say about anybody, I do believe in 2 great art lines. One is the Picasso. What is it? Good artist copy, great artist steal. Like, that's definitely a thing. I don't necessarily believe in stealing nigga shit because I don't steal nigga shit.
But you gotta give
but
credit though.
Well, bootlegs. Isn't bootleg still in?
It's in the name, bootleg. That's why you go to jail for that shit. Like, you go to jail because you stole some shit. But at the same time, the other line is no idea is original. Like, nothing is new up under the sun. So much stuff is regurgitated and flipped and finessed and remade and recreated. Like, sampling is that, but sampling can stand alone as its own, like, creative process in and of itself of taking something and then reinterpreting it. It's just about how you do it versus if you do it.
True.
Because a lot of the times people just do it and you don't disguise it. It's just very blatant. Like, these kids in the internet era especially, they don't know no history for real. So they take exactly what they see, whether it be an artist's style or a look. That's why all these fucking SoundCloud babies like literally look the same.
Shout out
They
to YouTube
16
for
years
real.
old. They don't know shit about the depth and knowledge of, let's say hypothetically, Southern hip hop, other than the random 1s and 2s that you hear about. Oh, 3 6 Mafia this, blah blah blah, Lil Wayne that, Young Thug and Gucci Mane, and then you just go out there and you emulate them as opposed to doing what was always the standard in hip hop, which is finding your own style. Andre 3000, one of the greatest lyricists of all time, he would talk about how he would take some of his favorite rappers' flows early on until he eventually found his own voice. Lil Wayne's favorite rappers back in the day were fucking Pimp C and Project Pat. He learned how to rap from trying to rap like them.
So-
but he eventually became Lil Wayne in the process.
With that being said, all these young artists look up to, just say a 50 Cent or
Who look up to 50 Cent? How
Chief
young we
Keef did.
talking?
Chief Keef
For
did.
sure.
For what? For money?
No,
Not
he
for
said
flows.
he did. A lot
Really?
of them did.
I mean,
Chief
really?
Keef.
I mean, I guess in
6ix9ine.
Chicago that makes
A
sense.
lot of them, like they
Since,
look.
6ix9ine in
50s
New York,
roll
that
out
makes
at that
sense.
time
a
was
lot
pretty
of them said they
nuts.
looked up to 50 Cent.
They would have, they like
You
mid
know.
'90s baby, so they would have been about
Okay.
7, 8, 9 years old.
But you
when
gotta
50
think
was
about it like,
popping
okay, a
in the
nigga
club.
like Lil Pump, they look up to Chief Keef, so it's just like.
That's what the
And
thing
he
is.
attended,
Now
like,
it's
Soulja
very
Boy's
like,
close.
rap is like I think 45 years old from what I read the other day.
Uh-huh.
So it's like it's only getting older and like niggas only getting younger. So it's just like
Yeah, it's like your younger cousin looking at.
how many niggas really do history and listen to like, you know, maybe a Tribe Called Quest, listen to like maybe like, you know, a Pimp C. They're like, oh, this shit too old, man. They don't know what they talking about.
Some
Right.
do. Those are the ones that are actually superior rappers today. That
Hey, if
we
you
got.
really want to take your art to like a next level and having an understanding of the roots, is like you're gonna have to.
You got to do your homework. There's
Yeah.
no way you cannot be great without actually knowing the knowledge and depth of whatever you talking about and representing.
Basketball player with a great jump shot, they can't dribble. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to get your fundamentals
Klay
down.
Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I understand if, you know, everybody aspires to be, I don't know, Michael Jordan or some shit like that, but like to not know about Dr. J or Wilt Chamberlain, you doing yourself a disservice as an athlete.
I can see that. I can see a lot of young niggas not know who Dr. J is.
Of course
for real.
of course they don't, but that's also why they go out there and
You know who
shoot like
Lonzo
Curry
Ball
all day.
is?
Exactly. But Lonzo probably did get taught a lot of shit from his daddy, low key.
Yeah.
That man is training them boys. He really is determined for all 3 of them to get to the
We
Lakers.
just found out this week that Lonzo Ball is injury prone.
Yep.
We found out that LeBron's not coming back this week. It's a bad week for us Lakers fans, man.
I mean, LeBron's actually, I feel like on a vacation. I think he believes that they'll get there, or he okay with
I don't
like,
think they'll make the.
I don't think he's on a vacation.
I think he is.
Rich
He's
Paul
also
came out
older.
last week and said he's not coming back next week or the foreseeable future till he feels like it. So
Yeah, when he feels like it, LeBron James has to be motivated to play. That's the thing. I
They
think
are
he's
playing
putting.
bad. He's trash every game.
They
Don't
need
believe in
this.
Brandon Ingram.
They really
need
make
this.
some
It's not like
They
that.
need this.
The
The Rams need the Super Bowl.
No, they don't. I mean, I think
Whoa!
them getting that. I need the Rams to win the Super Bowl.
The
I need
Rams
to
need the
win.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No,
So
they
I.
don't.
They need LA to love them.
LA loves them already because they got to the Super Bowl.
The NFL
Who?
referee.
Huh?
Rams, the most fluky NFL Super Bowl contender.
Fuck you talking about?
Bro, I think the
That's
NFL.
all
Nah,
turf, nigga.
they helped that whole thing, man.
The NFL rigged
Nobody
it so
give
the
no
Rams
fuck
can
about
go.
that shit.
It's gonna be a big
It- it-
Hollywood.
it's
Nobody
like-
give no fuck about
it-
that.
It's
like
gonna
the
be
whole
crazy.
cycle. Like,
Motherfuckers just on homo, bro.
I'm telling.
That was the worst NFL football call I've
It was the worst call
So-
ever.
The ref said it was the worst call.
So, you know what? New Orleans is a very Catholic city, and that's by the grace of God. That was God's plan right there. If you call yourself a Christian, you better believe that maybe next year,
What about
we gonna say
what about
who
the
that.
season tickets owners suing the NFL?
Say, huh?
The
Wait.
season ticket holders are suing the NFL.
They should.
As they should, 'cause
been
they
a-
got-
that's been a con game for ages.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Saints fans. They're
Oh,
suing.
that shit. Whatever. They just
For
sad.
emotional
It's
distress.
like when they put the petition
Emotional
up,
distress charges.
to like go to court so they could like replay the last couple minutes of that game. Like, bro, like let's not be stupid here. We getting very much in our chest about this shit. Y'all lost. Just like deal with it, bro. Like, so
If it happened to the Cubs and the Cardinals, you wouldn't be saying.
Oh, then the city's gonna go nuts. with that, if
the
that
Cardinals
ever happens.
fans was mad. I was probably madder than your average Cardinals fan because I live up here and I still see Cubs shit all the time now. It's no reason to still have a Cubs flagship store on Michigan Avenue, but because they win one ring out of nowhere, they get it. But in general, Cardinals fans was like cool after like 2-3 days. Like nobody cared that the Cubs won. We got hella more rings than the Cubs. that don't really make a difference.
I'm not a Cubs fan.
No, I feel you. We got more than the White Sox too. But I'm a
Whoa!
I'm just saying.
But
it's
I mean,
shots,
you guys have one team. I feel you. St. Louis has one major.
And it's
Oh, my
always been
bad.
good.
You guys got a hockey team that it doesn't really matter.
We working on.
Yeah,
a soccer
we
team,
already
too.
talked about we have more championships than you guys combined.
But like that's barely, and that's just me saying that the Cardinals got more than.
But you
all
guys are
y'all
a baseball
combined.
town,
Y'all
though. That's the
barely-
thing.
Okay, but like then if I actually start counting all of our other,
they don't have a football
if
team.
I count
Shout
all-
out to LA Rams. Shout out to LA
If
Rams.
I count all of our actual major sport championships, St. Louis.
What major
does-
sports championships?
Bro, the Spirit of St. Louis got rings. The Blues have won a couple. The Spirit of St. Louis got a couple.
Let our
of
engineer Jay
championships.
Google it because I
I
think he's
checked
just
this
lying
thing
I
real
don't,
quick.
know, I don't
Jay.
know how many, but they won like I think like maybe a couple.
Okay,
ABA
what-
championship
what
does
else?
not
What else?
count.
The Blues have won some before. I mean, the Rams have won something.
Just not forget,
Y'all-
Rob,
counted-
What's
y'all
that?
that
was
the
only,
Bulls
like,
had
one
like
or
a
two
dynasty.
over
We
us.
won 6 championships. The Blackhawks had a dynasty. We won like 4. That's 10 right there.
Okay.
The White Sox won like
That's
4.
one.
That's 14 right there. The Cubs won 1. The
15
White
right
Sox. I mean, the Bears won 1. I think even the Fire won a champion. Oh, the Sky won 1. Shout out to WNBA. Shout out to the Sky. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to St. Louis. I do like Emo's Cold Pizza. With that being, whoa.
Get off there.
Yeah, everybody in the studio said, ugh.
Didn't-
They were around for 2 years.
Okay. I get that pass. It's whatever.
They won no
We
rings?
got banners. Maybe
No
it's-
rings?
Is that NBA or all of the shits? Because I know like ABA and all that was a thing too.
They didn't make it
Oh,
to the
word,
NBA.
word. All right, cool.
Sorry,
cool.
St. Louis and the
Wait, I
Spirits.
thought you guys had at one point
When
St.
I-
Louis had a NBA team, didn't they?
It's called
Nah,
ABA.
I think
There
it was
we-
Red,
all
white,
NBA
and blue
teams.
basketball.
Okay.
That was the that was
Pause.
the Spirit of St. Louis.
Okay,
No,
cool.
in our basketball arena, we had some banners up for some.
What do you
championship
want
shit,
to
but
change for St. Louis?
It's whatever.
This is actually an interesting fact about the Spirits of St. Louis. They did win a championship years later. They were one of the only teams from the ABA that didn't fold afterwards, but they didn't make it to the NBA. So they just went into some weird leagues.
That's why the throwback's so raw.
Oh.
The Spirit of St. Louis throwback.
They
is
were
too-
able to like go in.
They were
right
like
after-
they were like a
Oh, but-
cheap wrestling team, a cheap wrestling company that just go around the country, just like playing people. That's what I'm hearing
Yeah.
from you? Yeah, thank you. So, what do you want to change for St. Louis in the near future?
I don't know. Like niggas stop being racist and niggas stop being poor. I don't,
Nah. What about you? What do you want to change for Chicago, Rob?
More open-minded, I want to say. Like, when it comes to, like, going into, like, establishments, like, it's just so a little clicky sometimes, especially, you know?
that's Chicago since I lived up here.
I feel like Chicago's a place where like people don't know how to really express themselves, so they try to like go for like some kind of, how could you say this, alter ego to make them feel stronger than what this really is. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool,
But I
f-
think it's just, like, what Chicago is,
Yeah.
too. Like, but...
What's up,
The
Jake?
most interesting thing about the Spirits of St.
hold on.
Alright. So the most interesting thing about the Spirits of St. Louis is that when they didn't make it into the NBA, every other team that didn't make it either got bought off or just shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Spirits of St. Louis instead made a deal that gave them 1/7 share from every franchise that went to the NBA from the NBA for their TV deals, which has netted them over like $700 million.
Damn, that's kind of baller.
Just
I ain't
kinda
no
awesome.
front. That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight.
That's
was
like
a
with
cool
Buddy from
fact.
the Mets. I can't remember his name. Buddy from the Nets. They like, bought out his contract.
Ah, damn. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, they bought out his contract or whatever, and I guess they bought it out for like 25 years. So he got like, I think $2 million.
Who's this?
Some like random dude from the Mets. Like he's not like a nobody.
Joakim Noah's like that right now. The Knicks bought out Joakim Noah's contract.
Oh yeah, I know. And now he's hiking in the woods and smoking.
No, he's
weed.
playing.
Oh, he
right now.
playing again?
Playing,
Oh shit.
Like a few $1 million every year.
No, but the best player
That's
doing that
wild.
right now is Luol Deng, that $94 million contract from the Lakers, and he hasn't played a game.
I think
since
the
then.
best one was Gilbert Arenas, too, remember?
Killing it. Like,
Yeah.
Remember that Gilbert Arena
I guess that
situation,
Bulls curse
too?
is real, huh? Y'all don't amount to shit after Jordan, huh?
Oh my
Rose
god.
isn't making any money with playing
Well, he
basketball.
got signed for $900 million with Adidas, and they're still honoring that shit to this day.
It's funny how the guys who were good made a little.
Derrick Rose is finna get paid next year.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
number 2
somewhere.
All-Star voting.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Hopefully, Mans can really go in, for
He's
real.
just about to come back to Chicago, keep losing and retire a Bull. He got $900 million. Let's be real.
Gosh.
Nah.
We got the
Nah.
All-Star game coming next
You know, it's
year.
900. They gave him the Kobe deal, bro.
He didn't
For
get
real?
$900
When I was
million.
little,
not
No, he
900.
didn't.
It was
He got like
90
$100
sounds
million
about right.
from Adidas, bro.
even still.
Didn't he
But
get that? Did he get that
yeah.
Giordano's deal? You finna do with the
$90.
Soldier Boy, the Millions Are Millions?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
hey,
my gosh.
When we
I thought
talk,
they said
if we,
he
if
gave
we
you like
talking
200
over,
mil.
what was it, Jake?
Nah, but
13-year, 185.
185.
185.
That's not bad.
and took care of all his family with those deals too.
You know,
His
it's
brother
not
got
that bad.
paid. His best friend got
Wait, when is
paid.
that up though? It's
That
gonna
was
be
pretty
up
cool.
soon.
Yeah, I think it was incentivized though, because I remember when I was
Yeah,
working
definitely.
with Adidas.
2012.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely protected deal, which is the smartest thing ever.
So
Yeah,
in
that
Cheers.
was sweet. Because they did that redemption shit, the whole
20,
comeback, then he
25
fucked himself
then.
up again.
So bad.
That was bad.
hey,
I'm sorry, Pooh. You still one of my favorite Libras, bro.
with that being said, it was just a podcast with us three talking shit, kicking the breeze and shit.
We keep going.
Oh,
Yeah, he was just giving us a heads up. On something.
oh.
So what about this NFL right now that's going on?
What
Yeah,
you
it's-
mean?
for
You
the
talking
Super
about
Bowl.
my fuck Tom Brady campaign.
Ah.
It's like going full circle
It's-
again.
It's eternal, bro. That would have been awesome, but it's okay because like
Missouri what?
if the Rams
Missouri.
win, if the Rams end up beating the Patriots, which upsets have happened, there have been
That would have been
Patriots
lit.
being the favorites before, and the Patriots losing the motherfucking Super Bowl. It's happened. It's happened every time Tom Brady lost in the Super Bowl. It's because of that. Because everybody always chooses the Patriots anyway. So I believe in miracles. And if that happens, I will literally be the happiest kid on earth.
So if Tom
And I
Brady
don't care how many
loses,
rings he got robbed. After that, I could say
5.
my Rams.
if he loses,
My Rams beat him.
It would
And
be
that's
crazy
fine.
if
if he
That's
loses,
fine.
that'd be like he lost the last 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's like he still got hella rings.
So that
it's like,
means he
man.
will be 6-4, He
At
lost
least you're above
to
500.
Yeah, I mean, shit, he was in 10 of them bitches. I don't know no other quarterback that even make 10 Super Bowls. That shit is ridiculous. Like,
yeah, but if you lose to Eli, a backup,
Eli going to the Hall of Fame, though, because he beat
I
Tom
don't think he's
Brady.
going to a.
He'll be a Hall of Famer, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He
He
got
had the
2
moments.
rings.
He
and
had the
that
moments.
era when he
Yeah.
actually was like shitting on niggas was pretty decent. The Giants was the top tier team.
Then Nick Foles should go to the Super Bowl. I mean, go to the Hall of Fame. Then
Not
too.
just
He
because of
not-
his rings. In Nick Foles' case, Eli actually has like something we can make a documentary of 30 for 30 about.
which is
Just like him
Beating.
in that era, like the Giants. It's New York, that big, large market. They'll definitely make
didn't they go
something
8
about
for
it.
8 that year? They won a Super Bowl.
Hey, the fact that you went 8 for 8 and that you actually became a Super Bowl champion is a feat in and of itself. Most niggas that's in that position don't even make it out the wild card.
Both times Eli won, he got backed up by good defense.
Hey.
That's what and
So
those
that means, because what? Michael Strahan played with
Yeah.
him, right, during that time?
Yep. And
Michael
he had
Strahan's
the
a Hall of
NASCAR
Famer. He got other Hall of
formation.
Famers around him. Michael, man, Eli gonna get into the Hall of Fame. He a Manning anyway. Like, he's gonna get into the HOF. I don't know, and I like Nick Foles, but I don't. Nick Foles
I don't think I can
needs
see it
more.
now.
Yeah, not right now. He got to like go somewhere and like start shitting on niggas. If he get one more and he just like kill it that season, they'll vote him in. They're not that unfriendly unless you like on some Pete Rose shit.
I mean, I think it's hard to get
Or
into the
Terrell
Hall of
Owens.
Famer.
It's a crybaby ass. They used to be my favorite. T.O.
Oh, that's tough, man.
He was a young he was like a young Jerry Rice, Randy Moss type guy for me at a point. But then he was just always hella bitch made. He
Oh.
just and
one
then he got a
point he was my
reality
favorite,
TV and
wide
became
receiver.
more of a bitch made nigga.
Man, T.O.
It's whatever though, man.
Remember we were talking about those rappers comparing to
Oh, the shit from last night or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, Hov is the GOAT of them all when it comes to that shit. I don't know no other rapper that's like on Tom Brady level like Jay-Z is.
Then Aaron Rodgers would be Drake.
Yeah, the young Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers still got enough room to, because what, he got 2 of them now?
One,
He just got 1. He just
Yeah.
been to 2 Super Bowls.
not even
you-
a one.
He only been to 1. I thought the Packers been in. Damn,
Been to
shining star. He just always make it far enough, and he still does play at an elite level. Yeah. I guess that is Drake, because Drake never really got Grammy for anything like rap album of the year. You know, he's
did.
always. What album was that? Take Care of some shit.
Mhm.
So he got one of those. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, there
Ever
we
since
go.
then,
There we
none.
go. Bam. Other than that, you just one of the best niggas in the league, and sometimes you take an L like this season, and then Drake took an L this last year.
But he's going to tour right now.
Yeah, in Europe, don't nobody
Yeah.
care about that shit, man. Where's 40? Did he fire him? Is he still around? Did he forgive his mans? Did they work it out? What's going on? Drake been silent, even though he still be out here taking pictures. I need to know the other side of the story, G. And he won't talk about it because he knows he lost.
He doesn't want to hurt his brand or his image.
Don't get lost in the sauce.
Drake is,
For
I don't
real.
know, man. He's always been corny. He's just a hit maker.
Gotta love the hits. Gotta love the good times.
I don't.
Gotta
So
love
he's
the
considered a pop
podcast.
star now, right?
Huh?
Drake's a pop star.
Yeah,
But-
Drake been a pop star.
We're gonna wrap this episode up. Drake's been a pop star. Tom Brady's been hated, and I've been sleepy. So with that being said, we'll holler at you next week. We got a special guest coming on. Won't say too much now, but we'll say it through the tweets. Check out what is it? It's hot at Miles Sauce, right?
It's kind of hot.
It's kind of.
It's kind of hot. Then you already know it's grade A living. It's your boy Sir Kingsley, a.k.a. Blueface Baby, a.k.a. Ooh. That what your old lady told me.
I can't really compete with that. I'm just Mars. So
Yeah.
I'm Mars. Close that.
We out, and this is Rob.